live stream, and most of you are going to see it later. Um, this channel is Transcendent Love Integration. It's really about a kind of about empathy and yoga and the relationships of these things to spirituality. I have with me here today Ricardo, and we're going to talk about some of these things and our experiences. And we've been getting into pranayama a little bit, doing breath exercises. And believe it or not, that's a kind of empathy that you're learning with your own body. And in this case, people were teaching it as a treatment for COPD. And so, Ricardo, what has been your experience so far with the breath exercises that actually came from yoga, called prana yoga?
Well, I'm just trying to learn a new routine about the breathing exercise for COPD. In this case, is something new for me. I need to learn. I need to get an education about it because I need to help myself, obviously, with the breathing situation. The breathing yoga is kind of helping me, but I still need to domain that technique because I'm new completely. I never heard about that here, and I just need to understand how it works in the body, in your lungs, in your mind, inside of you. That's what I need to learn. But I guess with practice and education, I will, and I'm intending to keep going as long that I'm feeling okay. And yeah, I'm trying to feel okay, feeling positive, but I need to learn from other people, from people that know the problem for sure. And for me, this is completely new. I don't know nothing about it, and I need to learn about COPD and exercises. And whatever it helps, I'll be thankful. Any advices or any kind of new technique, I will appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, Transcendent Love Integration is a website .org that is about people caring about themselves and caring about each other as a core to spirituality. And and a lot of people want to draw narrow lines around what you do, but anything that helps your health is a kind of connection with yourself, which is what yoga is all about, which is a kind of communication. And so empathetic, it's a kind of empathy with your body, getting in touch with your body and actually helping it. It's compassionate empathy with your body. And so we're both learning from some experts in nursing and other places how to use one form of the Vedic yogas, breathing, um, developed to particularly help people with COPD. So everything about transcendent love is love. And love transcends selfishness. It transcends the narrow view of who we are. And sometimes it opens us to seeing that we're more than what we think. And so that's your spirituality when you really embrace the transcendence that love gives you, and you begin to use all kinds of forms of empathy. One form of empathy widely recognized is objective or cognitive empathy, which means that when it's a communication between a counseling view that cares about the one they're counseling and their response. Of course, you build trust the more you love, right? You build trust, and so that's a very important thing to develop is trust, and different forms of love do that. There are two other basic Vedic yogas called the Vedic yogas. Another one is meditation. We were just practicing a little meditation a little while ago. Meditation is use of concentration to get in touch with yourself. So with the breath, we're finding awareness and communication with our body, and with concentration on how we feel and what is going through our mind, we get a kind of love for ourselves as a total person, as not just the body but the mind as well. And there are many ways to meditate, and again, there are expert things that you can do in terms of meditation. There's different specialties in yoga. So there's different kinds of meditation. So find the kind of meditation that helps you, because everybody's different. A lot of people are looking in spirituality for somebody who's perfect. Good luck. They're looking for this perfect guru. Am I right? And the only perfect guru is all of us working together in love. And good luck with that. But at least we might get closer. But it's not just about a single person. The connection to that's what spiritual is about all of us. You can't talk about yourself without realizing there are others.
Yeah, that's right.
And so you have to communicate back and forth. So that's another part. And another Vedic yoga is sound. And a lot of people, don't realize they're using that's called mantra yoga. A lot of people don't realize they're using mantra yoga. They a lot of times in their religions they're using it, repeating a phrase over and over again. I think the Catholic phrase for Mother Mary. Can you say that in Spanish?
No.
The Mother Mary pray for us. You forgot?
Yeah.
You're not a good Catholic boy, are you? Anyway, anyway, so people do mantras, they don't know it. It's like something that you repeat over and over again. But the purpose of it, in a way, is to get outside of language itself, which is something the Toltecs teach down in Central America. To get out of that language. What you think in terms of language is not the whole picture. The brain doesn't think in language. It's just, but it's how we relate to each other. It gives us language, but it's amazing. It's much greater than the thing that we think we are. Our brain is, correct? Yeah, it's mysterious. It's the ultimate controller of us. It's the ultimate us. In yoga, that's called the super self, or the super soul. It's really your brain. Okay, rationally speaking, it's your brain. Your brain is mysterious. Scientists have already shown that it knows what your decision is before you're aware of making that decision. There's a little pause going on. So you're very mysterious, and you're a wonder on two legs if you're human. On four legs, I suppose, if you could understand what I'm saying. But that's you're a wonder walking, and so that's so much bigger than just a great self-image. I mean, I guess we've all heard that thing. You remember yoga?
Yeah.
I'm getting better and better every day, or just repeating over and over again. I'm wonderful. I mean, does that make you wonderful?
Not yet.
No, you have to realize the wonder that you are, and then you don't have to worry about saying anything about it. You're in wonder. You are a wonder, and when you see other people, you don't prejudge them really. You look and you go, "Wow, that wonder is presenting itself to me. That unique moment that person is looking at me. They're paying attention to me. You know, that is a wonderful experience. This person is a wonder. I mean, you look out at the stars and you're impressed with the wonder. You watch a nature film. When you see another person, that is a wonder before you. And see the wonder first. And that's what's really all about with yoga, where they go namaste. That means the wonder that's me is also you. And everything. And so that's what it's about wonder when you hear that. And love without wonder is an awful boring kind of thing. Okay, we've got more and more that we can say. Um, let's see, there's communications that you do. There are three communications in which we can practice. You can practice alone or with other people. One is between yourself and other people. Talking to people who are significant to you, either because they care about you or they should have, or you care about them or you should. And so you talk back and you talk to those people in your head out loud. You see, you vision it in your head and you talk out loud. That's one technique that I like to use, and it's another expression of love, of developing that love. It might mean that you have some feelings of anger that come up, disappointment, frustration. That's okay. Feelings aren't bad in and of themselves. If you're honest with them and you are humble, it doesn't lead to violence. You don't go tearing down the tear apart the Mona Lisa, or hurt anybody because they're a wonder. Like the Eiffel Tower or anything else that you think of when you think of wonder. Um, and people are a wonder, just what they can create. About the great things in Mexico, where they have these wonderful, look like pyramids, that people made, when they had, really no tools or anything. Isn't that incredible? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
What's one of the more beautiful places that you've seen in Mexico?
I love mostly all the states that I've been. South, Central. I am from the north of Mexico, but I love nature. I love astrology. I like it. There is lots of places to go. That without counting the night living way, having fun and all that. Touristic places. No, I'm talking about the nature, the culture, and the people itself. They are great, like everybody else. And yeah, I love Mexico, obviously, because it has a lots of different culture, uh, history, archaeology, gastronomy. There is a lots of things, or even to learn from. I love it. Every single state and some of the cities that I've been, great, beautiful. Yeah.
And you can talk to that wonder in your head. When you're talking to the other, it can be Mexico, United States. And as I said, it's beautiful, just like the other nations, just like the United States. A
Yeah.
lot of different cultural
Yeah.
things, a lot of things to see.
Yeah.
You don't really need to move from where you are to see wonder all around you if you're looking for it. It's really there, and deep appreciation. So that kind of communication is kind of a compassionate empathy, where you're appreciating the wonder of things and the value of other things and people. You're that's an appreciation and an empathy. You know that you're sharing, um, and you know you're sharing it with yourself, and if it's a real other person, of course, you're sharing with them,
Mhm.
and in that sharing, you're having compassion, and that means that you're not having emotional empathy. I mean, emotional empathy is great, but you're not really caring about the other person. You're just totally sharing the empathy, so that there is some caring there, but you lose yourself. You merge like two friends. That have emotional empathy. They you watch them and they start to become the same. Their
Right.
face, their look. Even some people pick dogs that would seem to fit the way they are. You know, you go, yeah, of course. You know, so but compassionate empathy is that extra where you're empathizing, but you're outside and caring at the same time. And now for objective empathy, that's very important. We could all learn something from somebody else,
Mhm. Yeah.
always.
Every day.
Yeah. So we're all counselors at some point. And a counselor, if you care about the person you're counseling, which is important, right? If you really want them to listen,
Mhm.
you have empathy with that person, and you're using objectivity, understanding, in order to help that person. You know, so there's the caring, the empathy, the mirroring, all going on, and then there's this wonderful communication between ourselves and our ability to create, to look at things from a lot of different perspectives, and that's big time wonder. You know,
Yeah.
so you have this power to create. So I call that the artist in you. I think in yoga it's the witness self, which is the same as the super self. It's the part of you that's up above time because it can see the whole story of your life. It's you looking at the whole story of your life. And that in that story, you have a past and a future and a present. But outside the story, you're you transcend that time. You're in a place of timelessness. There's a song that's sung in Christianity. When the trumpet of the Lord will sound, and time will be no more. It's talking about being there. You don't have to die to be in heaven in the timeless realm. You don't. What was said by some Pure Land uh, Buddhists to people who were asking them about how they went to this Buddhist heaven, which made it really easy to become enlightened. And so they were talking about how to where is this? How do I find this? And it's a matter of frame of mind. So the monks turned to all of the people asking this question, and they said, "Look around you. This is the Pure Land. It's up here. See the wonder. You're in it, and you can be a witness, and the witness of your timeline or of anything else. You can enjoy it like a movie. And so you're in a place of bliss. So everything is about this creative artist aspect, which is the mystery of which I would call the brain. It is amazing. And so connecting to that connects to spirituality in a big, big way. It goes beyond just the interrelationships that we have to something higher. And so one way that's used to heal, for instance, is Ruth Carter Stapleton, President Jimmy Carter's little sister. She's been gone from us for a long time now. But she used to create memories for people from that place of timelessness. She could take the memory you had in the past and recreate it. If it was one young lady as a child had a traumatic event that stuck in her, because anything involving helplessness is really bad for people. To unlearn helplessness is very important for health. If you're in an unhealthy situation where you are truly helpless, you never digest that. You can't, because you're helpless. So it becomes a memory, and you're no longer helpless, but the feelings and the things back then are trapped in that helplessness. So you're stuck in the past because you can't touch that helplessness, because once upon a time, the anxiety of it was too much to bear, and your brain says, "You're not going there." No, you're not going there. That's sickness or death. You cannot go there. And so what the brain does is right away, it creates a symbolic struggle, something that you can achieve, like getting more money or that apple pie, or something that replaces the warmth or some of the things it's symbolic of that you didn't get and you couldn't get at a time in your life. And so she would create, back to the point, she would create for this young lady who experienced a robbery as a child and hid under the bed, helpless. She had her imagined that Jesus was under the bed with her, holding her hand, undoing the past, transcendent of the past, holding her hand and saying to her, having Jesus say to her, "It's going to be all right." Yeah. Boom! That past has become present, and she was able to go through a process. Then she could grieve whatever she lost and let it go and forgive, and then get with herself and maybe see how the hurt in her hurt others. But recreating or creating new experiences is what you do in that dialogue between yourself and the creative artist in you. I think my friend thinks that we're going on so long that we're going to be boring. So, are we boring?
No.
You don't think yet?
I just need to stretch my back already by this time.
So
I'm not good sitting like this.
we're having technical difficulties.
Yes.
But it was nice talking to you, and I hope that perhaps someone will listen. And there's plenty of things on YouTube to help you if you have COPD.
Yeah, I believe so, and I'm happy to share with you my way to, how do I say it, to get better. As long as I have education, like I said, so for this channel, it'd be great for me to learn from you, even having some words from you and you, everybody, how I can improve my daily life.
Yeah. So this channel isn't just about somebody preaching.
Yeah. I love this channel. Thank you.
So it's about you making comments and communicating back.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll have a channel where you respond back.
Eventually, I don't know.
You or anybody.
Yeah.
So it's all about us. It's not just about me all the time, but it also has to be, the me is part of that us.
Yeah.
Don't forget yourself. Don't forget that you're a wonder in the world.
Yeah.
And that you are supposed to be here like the stars and like any other piece of this wonderful universe. And so with that, I'm going to say adios, even though I don't know Spanish.
Yeah. Sure.
So if you would like to give them a blessing in Spanish for those who speak Spanish.
No, right now I will. Yes. Muchas gracias a todos aquellos que puedan entender español. Esto es nuevo para mí. Compartir contigo a través de estas imágenes o estas palabras, escuchar las palabras de mi amigo David here is very supporting for me. I went to English, but I just want to feel, yo solo quiero sentir por ahorita, en estos momentos, el apoyo que he estado recibiendo de la gente de mi alrededor, la gente que me aprecia, que incluso los vecinos, gente del área de trabajo donde me desarrollo. Me gustaría muchísimo seguir compartiendo con ustedes, contigo, a través de esta cámara. Y ahora que tú sabes que tengo ese problema, que es enfisema pulmonar, COPD en inglés, o asma, que aún no estoy muy seguro que sea. Es algo de eso, por supuesto, que me está cuestionando problemas diariamente. Sí, apreciaré muchísimo algo de tus palabras, algo de tus experiencias para compartir uno y otro cómo es que vamos viviendo día a día. Muchas gracias. Y cuídate.
And for me, I love this old Irish blessing. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.
Gracias, David.
Gracias, Ricardo.
Have a good one.
And you. Blessings for all of you.
God bless you. Now you have to edit it.